Most Blender artists think their renders look off because of bad lighting or Octane settings, but 9 times out of 10, it's color space issues. If you're working with EXRs, this workflow is what I use inside DaVinci Resolve. It's simple, it's clean, and it gives you full control. Let's jump in, and if you want a PDF checklist of this setup, links down below. All right, this is my workflow inside of DaVinci Resolve with EXR files in srgb linear color space, not ACES, srgb linear color spaces. So what I'll do is go ahead and jump in and grab my EXRs. All right, this is what it looks like right now, right off the bat, and obviously it does not look right. Just to show you my settings here, my color management is set to color science, DaVinci YRG, timeline color space, Rec 709, output Rec 709. Okay, that's pretty much all my default settings there. So what I'm gonna do is right click on this. I'm gonna say create a new timeline from clip, and then just hit create. Then I'm gonna double click on that, and it's gonna take me into the timeline here. Here is the timeline. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that open. It's gonna make everything full screen. If I hit play, this is the animation, right? And this looks clean. Now this is the denoise pass. I just exported out just a denoise pass. I didn't want the beauty because I was happy with the way this one looked. And just looking at that right here, I mean, that looks extremely clean, right? That is scrumdiddlyumptious. But the colors are not right. So because we're looking at it in srgb linear. So what I would do normally typically here is just in this case, I want to show you guys the before and after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into effects and add an adjustment clip right on top of this. Boom, like that. There it is. It's on top. I'm going to make all my adjustments on this clip. I'm going to click on this clip, jump over to the color tab. This is where all the magic happens. And I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my color wheels. I'm going to go right here. Click on that primary bars, but I'm going to change it from bars over here to color wheels. And here is my graph, my waveform. And the waveform I'm using is the, what am I using? Like RGB Parade, not the RGB Parade, but I'm using the scopes, basically waveform scope. Yeah, I'm using the waveform scope. Okay. Then what we need to do first here, and I'm always experimenting with different ways to do color grading. And a lot of it I learned from Gleb Alexandrov's course, his free course about doing, renders from Blender into DaVinci Resolve. So this is what I'm going to do. First thing to do is we're going to drop on a color space transform, drop that on here. And then what I need to do is tell it, okay, what is the color space of this right now? The color space of this thing right now is linear, or actually input color space is srgb, sorry. We're going to go down to here, S, and then here it is, srgb. And then what is the import gamut? Linear. And we're going to go ahead and choose linear. And there it is. And then boom, right off the back, it already kind of knows because it's converting our timeline is default in the settings to Rec 709. So it's kicking it out to a Rec 709. And that's pretty much it. Like if you want it to just be like that. Now, what I like to do is take it up a next level. Coming back from my cinematography days, I like to put things in log and then grade them up however I want it to do. But if you were just wanting to put it in, get it ready for, YouTube or even an Instagram or something like that, you're done, right? You can start doing your color grading and stuff like that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to get a little bit more advanced with you. I'm going to show you how I do my things here. So next, what I want to do is I want the maximum range as far as exposure, because this is an EXR file and it has so much data inside of it. And I want to extract all that data as far as our highest limit of brightness to our lowest and darkest of brightness. So in this case, I'm going to go with a big fat gamut color space that's basically use Aria Alexa cameras or some of the best cinema cameras in the industry. So I'm going to go into I'm going to go right here, Aria wide gamut 3, and I'm going to go to output gamut Aria log C. Okay, so that basically just turned it into a piece of footage that came from an Aria Alexa camera kind of in reality. Okay, so what I'm also going to do now is press Alt S, bring in another one of these nodes here. And how many am I going to use for this case? We're going to go with maybe 5. We won't use them all, but I'm just going to go with 5. Actually, I'll just go with 4 for now. So there's our first one. I'm going to copy the settings of this one here. I'm just going to come over and click copy. And then I'm going to jump over to this one here and go paste. And what I'm actually going to do is paste on this one here too. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do on this one here, I'm going to strip this one back to nothing. Take this first one here and actually pull off this color transform there. So it's just going to be raw linear. And then we got this guy here. I totally messed these all up, but just bear with me here. Just gonna kill that one for now. Get back to where we were. Okay, so here we are. We're back to our log, and then we're gonna take this in here, copy paste this one, and paste it here. Now we're double log, which we don't want to do. And then I'm gonna press Alt S and just add another node here in the beginning. So this last one here, I want to change it to something that we can view on our computer or on our phone or something like that. So what I'm going to do is take this, and we need to reverse it. I want to say, hey, this is Aria Y get log and log C. I don't want to take it back to it at srgb linear. I want to make it something that we can view on a phone or something on a computer. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to go to, you can go to Rec 709 or srgb. Typically I just go to srgb because it's going to be most of my stuff is seen on a Instagram or something like that on a phone. So I just go to srgb, and I'm actually going to go to, you could go Rec 709. I'm actually going to go Gamut 2.2 here. And I'm not going to get into the science of all this. Again, this is stuff that I'm constantly just experimenting with, watching Gleb's videos and other color grading videos. So this is basically something I'm just experimenting with. Now, once I do that, this is where the magic comes into. I'm going to come down here to the tone mapping. I'm going to use DaVinci. I'm going to check custom max nits, and then I'm going to take this maximum nits and I'm going to crank it all the way up. Like, we're just boom. Now I'm getting all the data that's in here as far as exposure. I'm releasing it basically. And then once I do that, I'm going to come down here and also probably turn on my color gamut to max saturation. Okay, so now I have the complete full range. Now what I did was I took it off of here and moved it over. So now here I can control this RGB. I mean, I can control this srgb linear EXR in raw form. I got so much data. Look at this. When I lift up, look how much when I'm lifting up the shadows. Now look when I'm crushing the shadows. Look how much range I have, guys. I have massive amounts of range here, right? Now you want to be kind of, you know, cool with this, and you can still make an ugly image, but just even look how much highlights roll. Look how much range I have. It's massive. I got a lot of range, right? So again, I'm taking note here. This is your highs all the way up here at the top. 0 is your lows. If you're clipping when you go past the highs, so if I clip it, it's going past the highs, but look at it, it still looks decent because we got so much range, right? So that's basically in a nutshell how I get my stuff out of, you know, out of Blender and into getting it, you know, the power of color grading, stuff like that. So now you can just really, I just basically use this first node here. Let me go ahead and reset that just for exposure. Like if I wanted to make a little bit more, crush my low end a little bit, so I can come in here like maybe something like that and maybe something like that, make it more moody, and then maybe even boost up. I can bring my highs down a little bit because they are kind of clipping off a little bit, kind of something like that, right? I would just do that. Or if you more custom, or if you're more familiar with using this, you can do it this way too here, all right? If you guys feel more comfortable doing it like that. So you can kind of just come and drop in a point here, get a little bit more contrast in here, get that little S curve, right? Something like that. And maybe something like that. Just a little bit more movie right there. Boom. And then what I will do is come into this middle node and do any type of color grading that you want to do, push colors around. Maybe we want to add a little bit of teal into the shadows there, and then maybe a little warmth into the mid-range and into the height, just a little bit, something like that. So you can see now how much control we can really push these colors around, right? See, I mean, I don't have to do a lot of work to push these colors around because the tools are working the way they should be now. So again, you can just play with that. Or if I could just come in here, maybe bump up the saturation just ever so slightly, or shift this more towards an opposite side or something like that, kind of like that, right? But you get my point. Then I will just go ahead and have fun doing it in between these nodes here, in between these two nodes. You want to do all that. And here's my exposure node on the outside again. If I want to tweak with that, you got that control there too. We want a little bit more contrast in there. So let's go ahead and bring that down a little bit. Maybe bring that up a little bit, right? Even really pinch it harder if you wanted to, right? Something like that. So then I'll just export out my full render, and then boom, that's pretty much it. That's how I grade EXRs in Blender using srgb Linear. Full control, no LUT hacks. If you want a PDF file, checklist down below, links there. And if you haven't watched the first video in this series, start there. I show you how to render clean animations in Octane, even on a low-end GPU like a 1050 Ti. That's where it all begins. Rendering, setting, denoising, export. Then this video picks up right after that. Links on the screen, in the description. Do all that jibba jabba. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.